The cell's finally mounted. All right, y'all. So my next little project for this white truck right here is going to be installing a fuel cell on it. I did order the Rhodes Racing fuel cell. I did opt to have it powder coated and for it to come with the hardware on it. The powder coat option I chose was the wrinkle black, just because I wanted something easy to keep up with. I didn't have to worry about polishing on it. It's almost like a flat black. I will be dropping the fuel tank on this truck, and I have that plastic in the bed. I'm gonna get that out of there and start cutting a hole in the bed. So this is my Rhodes fuel cell that I ended up ordering right here. I did get the anodized black cap. You can get the plastic cap for it, save a few bucks. I did get the sending unit as well, but this is a 20-gallon fuel cell. This is also the powder coat color I was talking about, the wrinkle black. I don't know if you can tell or not, but it's like a flat black. It has a little bit of a texture. I just wanted something that I didn't have to worry about wiping down or trying to keep clean all the time. This is the hardware that I ordered for it. Everything seems to be there, which I'll know whenever I start putting it together. Straps are powder coated as well. Kit seems pretty good. I thought for the quality of it, it was a pretty good price. It's about 400 bucks for all of this, for the cap, the sending unit, and the kit to come with it. It did come with instructions. I don't know how to read, so we won't be using those. Let me show y'all where I plan on putting this at. So the fuel cell will be in the bed of the truck. It will not be mounted under the bed. First things first, I'm gonna have to get all this plastic stuff up right here. Take that out the bed of the truck. But I'm hoping the fuel cell is gonna sit somewheres right here. So with the tailgate up, I could just reach up, fill it up at a gas station, just make it easy to put gas in it. But I'm gonna cut a little square out for the sump to sit down, for the tank to sit flat. Now that I got all the plastic pulled out the bed of the truck, I had to remove these two 13 millimeters. There was 4 Phillips screws ran in here. I know this isn't factory. 2 on each side. There's a 10 millimeter screw ran here, and then 3 on the actual bed. 1 on each side and 1 in the middle. To take it out, you just grab the middle, pull it up. Either side will pop out, but it'll pull it out from underneath the ledge. You can get under it and just pull the opposite side out. I was hoping to find a blank check, winning Powerball ticket, something like that. But looks like all we got is bell housing bolt, a few caps and leaves. But damn, next time. As far as the filler cap, I had 2 T30s right here, Torx bit. Looks like this right here. And then just a pop clip. Take you a trim tool, knife, flathead, screwdriver, anything you get in there to pop it up. But that's loose. So this is the filler neck right here I was just talking about. Sits in the truck like this. There was a vent line that was clipped on right here. Get you a flathead screwdriver or anything and pop that out. A rubber hose went here and here. There is some plastic clips that hold it together. You can use that same flathead just to pop those clips loose, just so your lines are loose, your rubber hoses. Loosen the clamps up with your flathead screwdriver on these two and pry them loose. This is the ground strap that was on my truck. Somebody just wrapped it around a 10mm bolt and tightened it up like a professional. But I'm sure there is supposed to be an eyelet on this end. Yours might have one. Regardless, it's the same way to remove it. Okay, so whenever you go to drop the fuel tank on your vehicle, there are two straps that hold the tank up to the vehicle. There is two fuel lines to the front of the tank that you'll have to disconnect. There will be a little bit of fuel that's gonna come out of those fuel lines, just letting you know ahead of time so you can plan for that. Before you start messing with the straps on the fuel tank, you should support the fuel tank with something. Either a jack or stack some blocks up to support the tank, just so you can remove the strap safely. It's probably best to do this with as little gas in the tank as possible, so you don't have to worry about fighting a bunch of fuel in the tank, trying to move around on you. So here's the straps that go to the fuel tank. Two 15mm bolts, one per strap. Whenever you get the bolt out of the strap on it, it's naturally gonna wanna sag. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the end that the bolt is in and pull it down some more and push this end up. Once you push this end up, you can pull this end of the strap out of the slot that it is slipped into. And then it'll just come out. Very simple. Once you get under the truck and you start looking, you're gonna be able to tell what I'm talking about. This is the clips that go to the two fuel lines that is at the front of the tank. You'll have to push these tabs together and then push it over. But it locks on the lip of the aluminum line. So once you get these off of it, you can just pull the little plastic line right off the aluminum line. This one right here, I was having troubles getting off, so I took a flathead screwdriver and stuck it in this little notch right here. And once I got these tabs pushed in just a little bit, just enough to get off of this lip, I stuck the flathead screwdriver in there and popped it right out. It came all the way out. And then both lines came off. So there's the two fuel lines at the front of the tank that we was talking about. I did take them out of this plastic tab just so I can move the fuel lines around freely. The two aluminum lines that it connects to, you can still see I got the red one in here. The other one's completely pulled out. This is where one of the straps goes on the tank, and the other strap goes towards closer to the back of the tank right here. And then there's the hole that it mounts to up there. But I should be able to lower the jack down, put the tank on the ground. So we're at the back of the tank. It's right here. It's got this connector on it. You will have to disconnect. And then that line right there, you will have to pull. And then this line pulls off. This is what mine looks like. Rode hard, put up wet is what it looks like. The cell's finally mounted. It took me a little bit longer than expected, but I didn't want to cut a hole in the bed and fuck it up. So cutting this hole in the bed, I did start off with a square cut. I stood the fuel cell up and measured the sump on it just to kind of give me a rough idea, and also it made it to where I can kind of see what was going on underneath the bed of the truck. Once I had the square cut out of the bed, I screwed these AN lines on the fuel cell and measured out to see exactly how far I needed to cut this loop. Both AN lines do come out from up top. Once I finish cutting those perfectly straight cuts, I wrap this on there. This is what it looks like, but just longer. When I started, there is a piece of metal in here that you can smash, and it allows it to crimp on there. Open it up with a flathead screwdriver and kind of just roll it on there. Just clean the cut up a little bit. I did install some Teflon in between the fuel cell and the bed, just in case it ever wheel hops or shakes the tires real bad. The fuel cell is not sitting directly on the bed, and there is a barrier between it just to keep the aluminum fuel cell from rubbing on the bed. This is how that piece of Teflon started off. I used the bottom strap of the mounting kit. My dad came over here, we laid it out, traced it out with a Sharpie, and cut it out with a razor blade. Just so it has a little bit cleaner install. Man, this bed looks whooped, but the fuel cell looks good. Now that the motor's out of the truck and the fuel cell is mounted, I will be loading the truck up on a trailer and bringing it to Marceau Racing. Mr. Brian over there is going to wire the truck up for me. He's gonna install the Holley system in it, and he's a perfectionist, man. So I did pressure wash the engine bay and the whole frame just to get as much as that wax coating off of it as possible. I did just paint it black, just so I don't have to worry about it rusting or anything. And in the future, whenever I work on the truck, I don't have to get wax behind my ears or it's on my elbow and I don't know it and I've got it smeared everywhere is in the shop. So whenever I get the truck back, I'll give y'all an update on it. Load it up. Old girl's getting a heart transplant.